Hello there, lovely people. It's me, TK, your coach on the rocks, and it's great to see you here. Thanks everyone for joining, and I'm hoping you're having a wonderful afternoon. So today I wanted to talk about a bit of a leadership topic, and actually I wanted to talk about intentional vagueness. So if you know what it is, give me a thumbs up, say hi in the comments, and I will be happy to interact with you. But intentional vagueness is essentially leaving some stuff vague on purpose, or not having any rules for some elements of or some aspects of your process. Now that's an interesting one because um, I'm actually preparing for an Agile 101 webinar later today, and obviously one rule of Kanban, one of the practices, make policies explicit, which is obviously one of the core methods of agility. And one would say that as an agilist, I should definitely be doing things like that. And yet, I think that as a servant leader, I'm not always doing that on purpose. So one of the key dysfunctions of a team is the lack of trust. If you read Patrick Lencioni, I'm sure you've heard about it. And the thing about it is that there's nothing that can be detrimental to trust in a way that you can set too many rules and make too many controls, showing that you actually don't trust people because all the policies are so explicit that you probably took a lot of time to arrange all them. As an example, do you always sign an agreement with, just contractors doing stuff around the house if you need to? Maybe your gardener, maybe someone's, migrating a website for you. What's the level of trust that you should exercise? Should you maybe hold back the money until you get the final result? Sign agreements with, penalties for not being on time? Or should you actually base it on trust? The same goes in a company or in a team, right? In Humble Associates, there are very few rules. A lot of them are unspoken. We just, work in this particular way. And we believe that as mostly independent associates and business partners, we deserve a high degree of trust, a high degree of autonomy, and flexibility that you wouldn't get being just an employee, which is one of the reasons why people join us as associates. But sometimes what can happen is someone's essentially can be or something can happen that other people's might not like, and they might feel like a rule might be in place. I remember once I was working in a betting company, and there was no policy for travel expenses. And people were fine until someone broke just common sense. It was very excessive with their alcohol consumption, as you can imagine, and expensive alcohol consumption at that. And this is why we couldn't have nice things. We had to conform to rules, and all things happened. So I would say that being deliberately vague is okay as long as you're being deliberately vague, which is maybe make vagueness a policy. Maybe say, hey, we don't have a policy on that, we don't have a policy on that because we believe you can self-manage and we trust you. Now that's a huge sign of trust, isn't it? When you tell someone that you trust them enough to make vagueness your actual explicit policy. And again, the absence of trust is a huge problem and a huge dysfunction in teams. But the presence of great trust can be just the opposite. With that, hopefully you've enjoyed the show. Thanks for coming. You can see quite a few of you joining here, and hopefully I'll be able to see you tomorrow. Bye bye.